marijuana ordinance bans have been generating a lot of talk around mid-Michigan, with some people wondering exactly what the effect will have in their community if it is passed.
Joe Khalil's been looking into that. He joins us now live from Lansing. And what can you tell us, Joe?
Well, Jane and Greg, if this thing passes here in Lansing, this proposal, what it says is essentially the city of Lansing won't be able to create any new laws that prohibit people from using or having marijuana as long as it's 1 ounce or less. Now, that's a far and away cry from legalization because the proposal doesn't say anything about state or federal law. So essentially, even if this thing does pass, local law enforcement will have the authority to prohibit people from having marijuana under state and federal law. As voters enter the polling centers here in Lansing and Jackson, they'll cast a vote on one of the more contentious issues nationwide, marijuana legislation. But now some are asking what this ordinance actually does.
While there is some symbolism to it, I don't think it has a real impact.
Local authorities do enforce marijuana law, but it's state and federal law. City Clerk Chris Swope points to the language in the ballot initiative and says that won't change even if it passes.
And this doesn't do anything about repealing or weakening those, or even addressing whether or not the Lansing Police Department or the Lansing Attorney's Office enforces those.
I don't think that it says, people think it says, in the sense that it doesn't legalize marijuana in the city of Lansing. I think it's the first step to make that happen.
Attorney Matt Newberg specializes in marijuana defense. He says the initiative would have a bigger picture type impact.
There's a movement throughout the United States to legalize marijuana, at least raise awareness to the medicinal value that marijuana has. You know, it's going to eventually happen.
Now, this proposal stems from one specific group called the Safer Michigan Coalition. And Jane and Greg, they've been able to get this issue on ballots and passed through cities all across the state. So whether or not Lansing and Jackson will become the next 2 cities on that list, we will just have to wait and see when the polls close for those results. Reporting live in Lansing, I'm Joe Khalil, 6 News.